All right, I'll try not to start this one off with a 14-minute monologue of an entire recap of Red Dead 2. Felt like that kind of brought us down a bit, a touch to start the last stream. This is going to be part 83, though. Jumping back into epilogue part 2 alongside John Marston. We're going to get right into it here. Just when you think the oddities of Red Dead 2, just when you think you've seen the last of the oddities in Red Dead 2 and some of its quirks, you discover more. One particular set of Stranger Mission that we've been doing for quite a while now revolves around Marko Dragic, and we've had quite a history with Marko Dragic. We met him in Saint-Denis. He is an inventor. My understanding is that he is modeled after the famous Nikola Tesla. We helped him with one of his inventions on a small pond in Saint-Denis. It was a motorized boat. That's when we first got acquainted with him as Arthur Morgan. And then later he invited us up to his cabin on the very northeastern corner of the map. We went there a couple times. We helped him during a thunderstorm. I remember one time with these relays or something like that. I don't know, very technical stuff. But anyways, we helped him on multiple occasions. And then obviously we found out about this robot that he was building, this Frankenstein-like robot. And then ultimately it concluded with us going to see Marko Dragic as John Marston. And we discovered that he is dead and the robot escaped. And although that was technically the conclusion to the Marko Dragic Stranger Mission, officially it goes a little bit further than that, and that's what I want to start with right off of the bat here. So I was tipped off that the electric lantern that we get from completing that the Marko Dragic Stranger missions, it will lead you based on how strongly it's going to this robot somewhere out in the wild. And I cheated a little bit. I looked up its rough location. It's supposedly way up in the Coulter area. So if you checked out the videos I did where we went to go see the 9 graves of past members from our gang, we actually visited the Coulter region. It's way up here in the Grizzlies West. So that's where we're headed. That's where this robot is. I'll see if I can find Coulter on the map here. It's pretty far. That's it right there. Yes, there it is right there. That's Coulter. So that's kind of where we're headed, and then I will follow the lantern more specifically once we get to Coulter. That'll kind of be my set point right from the beginning, though. So that's one big thing. And then to keep in the same kind of frame of mind here, there is supposedly a John Marston exclusive series of Stranger Mission. We want to go ahead and try and find that. I was 100% told where it is. I'll have to take another peek at that to try and find the rough area. I think I was told it was in the Pronghorn Ranch region, or I'll try and as we ride up to Coulter, it might take us along the path, and it might pop up on our map here, so I'll try and keep an eye on it. But those two things for sure I want to try and cover here. If we get time to return to the homestead, to return to Beecher's Hope, we'll hit up this Uncle mission. But that's the goalio for this one. So where are we right now? We are in Blackwater. All right, I guess there is no time like the present to get some food. There's a couple things here that I don't remember doing. I don't remember going to the theater show in Blackwater. I think we were a little bit low on funds, and so we skipped out on a couple of these icons in Blackwater. We did do the photo studio. I did not get a touch up at the barber. A while ago I did, but not recently. Ammo and clothing-wise, I'm not too concerned. While I'm right here, let's have a look in. Maybe it'll jog my memory if we've been here. I'm still underweight, so it's still something that I'm trying to work on. It's been a real struggle for me my entire playthrough of this game to stay, I guess, average weight or even, I mean, obesity has been far from my problem in this one. But yeah, I've been really stuck on underweight with both Arthur and with John, and it's hurt me for sure throughout a large portion of the game.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome.
What show's playing?
Something you might enjoy, Direct Current Damnation.
We did. I remember.
Well, would you like
I
to see a
remember.
show?
No, I'm actually okay. I've actually seen the show, my dude. As if my dude is something John Marston might say. Anyways. Yeah, I do remember that little animated short about direct current and alternating current, DC and AC, obviously. So, first and foremost, where is Clutch? Let's get Clutch on the go here.
Hey, boy.
It's been a struggle, that is putting it mildly, maintaining my horses throughout this game. My last horse, Thief, I really largely underfed him. To the point of starvation, almost. I discussed that. It's not something I really want to discuss a lot further, because it's not something I'm completely proud of, per se. But now, apparently, I've been overfeeding Clutch a little bit. So, I mean, I guess the real moral of the story here is, thank God I don't actually own a ranch in real life. Otherwise,
You do?
be calling Animal Protective Services on me, I'm sure. You'd think it's a simple task. I put food in my own face. You'd think I could do the same with my horse.
How do you do?
I hate when you walk in and everyone just kind of
how a hand can
awkwardly
play
looks
out.
at you when you walk into a bar. Not as busy tonight here in Blackwater as I've seen it before. It's like a pandemic might be going on or something like that. God, I've eaten here the last couple times, and I'll tell you, the peach cobbler and the prairie chicken are getting old,
Can I get some
but
food?
a hungry man must eat.
Claims a ghost been steal.
Poker shows a man's character. Lucky.
Ironically, a hungry man is what I ate today. Isn't it just so much fun finding irony in everything?
Well,
Hello.
old Mrs. Pim's.
I've got some tips on how I can better maintain my own weight and my horse's weight based on number of feedings per day. So like that feeding will help if I eat in an in-game day. The thing that gets me sometimes is like I won't eat over the course of an entire stream, an hour and a half stream, or 2 hour stream, which could be like 3 in-game days. So you can see why I've been having these issues with feeding both myself and my horse. We're working on it though. I would rather my horse be overfed than underfed, I'm sure, and I don't think Clutch is really all that bad just yet.
Ready, boy?
We can have a quick peek here. Weight is fit. Okay, so I'm good with clutch. It's just John needs to be my main focus. I still need to make sure I continue to feed clutch regularly, but the good thing is I'm being way more conscious about it, and that is thanks to you, so much appreciated. So now that initial upkeep is over, we will head out of Blackwater. Open the map here and set our waypoint. You know, as much as you try and clean up side things in video games never truly do go away. I mean, there's always something that you can kind of do on the side that's not you know, necessarily main story related. I don't know if you remember, hang on a second, I'm just having a bit of a weird flashback here. One of these houses here at the top of the hill, looking over Blackwater, I believe one of the characters that we know well in the original Red Dead occupies. I remember going to one of these houses for multiple missions, I'm sure of it. I just had a weird flashback here, that's strange. I'm sure as we explore more of the New Austin area, I'll probably get some more of those flashbacks. Anyways, with those couple of videos I did, those few videos where we went out and did all the graves, tried to do all the random encounters, bounty posters. We tried to clean up all that side stuff, but obviously there's still a little bit more. What we're doing now with Marko Dragic, and now with the discovery of a John Marston exclusive Stranger mission. Definitely something that I want to get my hands dirty with. Stranger missions have been a large source of entertainment. I don't mind having a lot of side missions to do, especially when they're laid out like they are in Red Dead 2. I know I've talked a lot about liking the bounty missions, and the Stranger missions are all for the most part great too, aside from some of the collecting ones I think are a little bit overboard, but it's really nothing too crazy. I just started Xenoblade Chronicles on my modded Wii U. Yes, Nintendo, my modded Wii U. See if I don't get my freaking channel taken down for that. Don't even say it. Nintendo's coming after me. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways. Great game. But 400 side quests is a little bit excessive sometimes. It's a little bit overwhelming. My understanding is that the second Xenoblade Chronicles has something like 80, a bit of an improvement. Oh, that's one of those police carriages escorting a prisoner somewhere. Typically you have the option of breaking the prisoner out. I think I've helped a couple prisoners over the course of the game. But I don't like jumping into those situations because we don't really know the history there, so it seems kind of unfair to play God in that situation. Let them resolve it between themselves. Whoa. What happened to my path? Jesus. Gonna get eaten by a bunch of mosquitoes whipping through the trees like that. The skeeter's out to get you. Yeah, I definitely like more manageable side stuff, and what Red Dead 2 features has been ideal, really. it hasn't distracted away too much from the story, and a lot of the side stuff that I have actually elected to go ahead and do has actually ended up being kind of fun, so it hasn't really felt unnecessary at all. I'm not saying that Xenoblade Chronicles is a bad game because of that. It's just a point that it's just an awful lot of side activities. And if you're someone like me, a lot of times I feel the need to just complete. It's like an overwhelming urge. You know, sometimes you can't control the urge, and next thing you know, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, you haven't slept in 36 hours, and you still have 47 flags to collect in Assassin's Creed. That's another one. And Far Cry 2. Ubisoft is like notorious for let me just throw whatever the hell I can across the map and let them find the fun in finding the stuff. I'm not throwing shade out there. I like both of those games. Assassin's Creed Revelations was the last one that I played. Don't be surprised if you see some Assassin's Creed content pop up here. Don't be surprised if you see some Far Cry content pop up here too. Those are two titles that I do plan on resuming in the future. I haven't done streams for either game before. I think Far Cry 4, we touched on it a little bit back in my Twitch days, but I would like to go back and update myself with some of those games. If Red Dead 2 didn't take a year of my life, I'd have more time for some of these games. I know, obviously, we have The Amazing Spider-Man will be coming up on my channel sooner rather than later. Uncharted 4. I've been a big supporter of Naughty Dog from the very beginning. Fallout 4, Watch Dogs. I do try to stream as often as possible, but obviously I have other video game and non-video game related obligations. You know, I do dabble with some systems that I don't stream with, like the 3DS, the Wii U. Don't have a Switch yet. The Wii. Had a lot of fun with the Wii and the Wii U lately, especially when I'm not playing my main consoles, PS4, Xbox One. Never been a big PC guy. Played a little bit with different simulation games, including The Sims, but other than that, haven't really dabbled too far away from that. I'm an idiot. I don't think I brought a jacket for John, so this could prove to be a more complicated task than I thought. It doesn't look like I do. This is not good. It depends. Really depends on how cold it's gonna get. As we get up closer to Coulter, we might have to run back to Valentine and make a quick stop in there. Obviously, in some of my I'm gonna do that just to be on the safe side here. I don't want to freeze to death. I like Cardinal Season 4. Good lord. You want to see Freeze to Death? Check that out. Crave has got some good shows. It's not just all about Netflix, people. Open up your minds. Open up your options. Alright, so we'll ride back to Valentine. We'll see if we can't get ourselves equipped with some sort of a coat, a jacket, something else to throw on here. Apologize if I freak out suddenly. There are some ants nibbling at my toes. Don't ask why. I don't mind finding an excuse to backtrack a little bit. This is a very scenic area of the map. Anyways, the last few streams I've made the mistake of not knowing where the hell to sleep in Valentine, and I think there was somewhere else too. It must have been Strawberry or Blackwater or something like that, because I haven't been to these, I think it must have been Strawberry. I haven't been to these places in a long time, so I forgot that the saloon and the hotel operate independently of each other. I made that mistake a few times, and then somebody pointed out the obvious solution to my problems. And then it was the aha moment. Do apologize that we have to backtrack a little bit here, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I know I said we don't need much from the general store in terms of ammunition, but we should maybe run in there and grab some provisions as well. That might be an upkeep task to do while we're in Valentine as well. Another thing, I incorrectly assumed that all of my horses have been mailed to this point in the game, and I completely forgot Rachel, which was obviously the horse that we started the epilogue off with as John. Unfortunately, we lost Rachel. I think I had no horse survivor when we got ambushed at one point, so there was that. If you're not familiar with my streams, get ready for the inevitable. Don't get too attached to any of my horses, because I assure you, they will die. And really, it could be for a multitude of reasons. I could be starving my horse to death. I could be, God forbid, beating my horse to death. No, I take that back. I'd never do that. Could be riding my horse to death, working my horse to death, putting my horse under extreme circumstances, such as an ambush. God, this is a lot further back than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a short little trip. I don't know that going to the hotel is actually going to do me any good. Let's just do one stop here, the general store. Should be able to kill two birds with one stone here. Should be able to purchase some sort of an overcoat and some provisions.
Who's got mouths to feed, huh? Give him one of these ribs.
Good morning, sir.
And for some reason, I'm walking to this
Look
saloon.
out, will you?
Sorry.
Howdy. Have a look around. Have a look around.
Why don't you say it one more time? Alright.
Now, let me have a look.
Priority Numero 1. Coats. What are we thinking? What's gonna suit Johnny? We can do this. We can check out all, and then
Those go
as we
pretty
run down
fast.
the list, we can see John try them on one by one here. Trying stuff on in this game and upgrading weapons and all of that using the stable system that they have, really fluid. I've always found it pretty easy to use, especially with how the options are laid out and the ease of being able to try them on and see them.
If you buy candy, keep it in a jar. Ants love that stuff.
Scout jacket suits him nicely. A lot of these jackets would look a lot better on Arthur than they did on John. I don't know. They just have like an older, kind of more mature look to them. I'm not saying that John is not older or mature, but a lot of these jackets I could see more Dutch or Arthur wearing, and I think we did
Being
wear
the
a
main
lot of
store
these
in
with
town, people
Arthur.
come to depend on you.
But it looks like the Scout jacket it is. So I actually own the Scout jacket in 2 colors. I think we recently bought one in blue for John Marston. That's right. So we can actually equip it right here. Beautiful. Now there should also be a way to get it to my horse.
I don't care for this new century. Mighty dour.
Sometimes the commentary from the shopkeepers is the best kind. Okay, so we don't need clothes anymore. We'll go back to the index here. Buying stuff, again, instead of having to... I mean, you can look on the shelves. You can pick stuff right off the shelves and purchase it that way. But I've
Fella
always
come in
just used
here
the
yesterday
catalog.
says the sheriff been seen with Moira again.
Just for ease of access. Oh, look at that. The Sheriff of Valentine has been seen with Moira again. Eek. Not Moira. What am I looking for here? I'm getting so lost in my own head. Okay, so... we should definitely buy some canned stuff. No doubter about her. What would I eat? I'd go baked beans. I'm gonna sell them out of the baked beans. I think you can carry 3 of each at max in your inventory. I don't want to buy everything. I don't just want to
Gonna be on the road a while, that'll suit you.
throw one of everything in my cart here, but canned peaches are always
It's all
good.
yours.
We'll do canned peas
Okay then.
and some canned salmon. I'll take some apples. He sells meat too. That'll be good for meals, like
Would you
local
look at the
produce.
color on that?
For larger stuff. That way, if we get lost on the way up to Coulter, especially if I'm doing
I
some nighttime
guarantee
traveling,
all that is right from the farm.
we could just stop off somewhere if we can find a place, and just eat one of these. See if we can set up a fire and cook it. I've always talked about doing that, but never really utilized that feature very much. So maybe we can give it a go. What do we want to do? Venison meat is always not bad. Pork loin, prime beef joint. I like the tender pork loin. Let's do that.
Good doing business with you.
I'll buy 2 of those, and I'll buy 1 prime beef joint, considering I'm kind of rich of late. And I'll buy a chocolate bar for dessert. We're going all up. There's a party in Coulter
Keep
tonight.
looking. Let me know if there's anything else.
12:18 p.m. We're at about midday. I would say we're about halfway to Coulter, so we actually should be able to make it there while we still have some daylight. I don't know what my horse is doing on the deck of the hotel.
Okay,
I guess that's what you get for not hitching it.
Hey, watch yourself.
Now I'm kicking people.
My limbs don't work right.
Well, we're back on the move at least. Moving in the right direction. So Coulter is where I want to go. I don't know how far this robot is going to be.
Folks, before I eat all these chops myself.
It's less of a robot and more of an automaton. Think more of an automaton and less of a robot. We were introduced to this robot by Marko Dragic. It was really a wacky... series of missions with Marko Dragic, no doubt. I didn't see, I didn't personally see John's exclusive Stranger mission pop up. Actually, no, it wasn't Pronghorn Ranch. Supposedly it's over up here by the Upper Montana River. I guess to the northwest of Beecher's Hope. I think that's where it was. Maya pointed that out for me. I remember another comment though about it potentially being. There's our preacher again.
Easy now.
Be gone!
Saw him a lot as Arthur.
Stop! Stop it! Just
To think he is still going on in the river like that. Well, I've got some food to feed myself. Non-restaurant food. I've got some food to feed my horse, so I mean, we should honestly just call it a stream right now, and I could feel accomplished. Because Lord love a duck, that has been the struggle. I made mention in my last stream about the purchase of John's new house to go on the property at Beecher's Hope, his new property. I mean, this is it. This is the house to impress Abigail with. I expressed a little bit of disappointment in not being able to choose the house or kind of select any of the features that the house may have or customize it really in any way, but I do obviously understand that it has to look like the house from Beecher's Hope in the original Red Dead Redemption. I don't remember the name Beecher's Hope that well from the first Red Dead Redemption, so I can't really picture the house. See, I'm getting better at this. I'm learning how to better maintain my character. 83 parts into my Let's Play. This is education at its finest. I've always said my streams are above everyone else's in the sense that they really aim to educate. Or rather, educate me. Always with the angry pack of wolves. I don't know what it is about me and or my horses and angry wolves, but man, I'm getting tired of getting chased down by them. So this is a path. You wouldn't know it. Getting to Coulter is not the easiest thing any human has ever done. I can imagine traveling in the snow is probably a lot more intensive, more difficult for your horse, especially in areas of deep snow like we were just trudging through back there. This is one of my favorite parts to ride through to get up to the Western Grizzlies, because you're right kind of at the mountain peak, and you can look out and all you see is that. And there's really, truly nothing like that. So once we get to Coulter, we'll try and find an abandoned building. We can see if we can maybe set up camp somewhere close by. Or at least just take shelter for a time to get some food into us and to get some food in Clutch. Hopefully it won't be snowy or stormy, and we can just find this robot easier than I think. That's the dream here. Once you actually get up to Coulter, the difficulty is also in getting back down off the mountain. That's pretty difficult in itself as well. We got some wildlife up here. You won't find too many NPCs up here. Coulter is an abandoned mining town, so we're definitely not gonna really see any activity, any life taking place up here. Oh my goodness, this is a hell of a ride. I don't remember it being quite this long when we went to see, I think it was Jenny Kirk's grave site first. Davy Callender's is the one that's here in Coulter, I think.
Settle.
So this is some sort of nope, this is Coulter. Alright, I was going to say, this is some sort of a farm. Nope, we're here. Man, never thought I'd be coming back here again. But here we are. Call Clutch in a little closer here. It's kind of a bummer that you don't have the ability to sit down in any chair or anywhere, but this is a nice little building to take a breather and kind of get out of the wind a little bit anyways. So I was able to buy a whole bunch of stuff. I'll keep my canned peaches as a snack. But I'm gonna have one salmon. We're gonna have some baked beans. We're gonna have some canned peas. What else do we got? I did want a chocolate bar for dessert. We'll save the meat that we bought for setting up camp if we have to when we actually go out to look for the robot. Stupid ant. Stupid, stupid ant. Gotcha, you son of a gun. Anyways, alright. Back to the stream. Yeah, we'll save our meat for then, and we'll save our chocolate bar for dessert while we're out there, too. We might need a little bit of a boost. Let's take care of Clutch, and then we'll pull this electric lantern out and see if we can't locate this damn runaway automaton.
Here you go.
Please don't get fat, Clutch. No, I'm so worried. I'm backing up to look and make sure my horse ain't getting too fat. Alright. Looks like we got a nice day, so we should probably head out while we still have some light here. It's 3:52 p.m., so we have a little bit of light left still. It's about -9 degrees, a little chilly. We got our camp ready to set up if we have to set up a fire and get something cooking while we're out there. It's probably going to get a little chillier at night, so we'll have to try and keep an eye on our own temperature. Should probably have some rifle or a rifle ready, or a repeater rather. No, a rifle might be better up here in the wilderness in case it's a bear or something that gets the better of us. We'll go with this rifle for now, and we'll supplement it with the bolt action. So this is the electric lantern. We have to, I'll do it in first person here so we can actually see the lantern. But it's actually going to glow more brightly in the direction of the automaton. We can see it, you can see it flickering. It's kind of hard to tell out here in the daylight too. This might be something better. It's turning red when I point it in this direction. So I have a feeling that that's probably the direction that I have to go in. Very strange. You're supposed to follow the glow of the light. Only Marko Dragic could leave a puzzle like this after his death so great. He was such a smart guy. Obviously, we found ramblings of him having plans in the future to conquer the world with an army of these automatons. He was almost too smart for his own good, and now he's got this electric lantern that leads us to the robot, and it's one hell of a mystery. It's one hell of a riddle. All right. That's the only thing that I see. It glows like a red color when I point it in that direction. So I guess we just start going that way. So there is, if we look at our map facing this direction, this is basically just a cliff face. To our west here. It's going to be awfully hard to traverse, especially in the snowy environment. I'm going to set a waypoint for up there, though, and we're going to do our best to find a way up to the top of that cliff, and then that'll kind of be our next time to check the lamp.
Good boy.
Now, supposedly there are footprints that you can find. It could be a little deceiving because you're likely to catch animal tracks up this way as well. But we're going to do our best. I'm sure I can tell the difference between animal tracks and automaton tracks. Who couldn't? Oh, please. So here's said cliff to our west, even though that is not our west anymore. It's technically our north now. It was our west. Obviously, the map is saying to just go to my right now and head up. That is not, obviously, a possible path. I actually have to try and find a way across this river now. It's pretty rushing. Might be able to cross here. We should be able to make our way up from here. It looks that way. I know I cheated a little bit in getting reference to Coulter as a close location to the robot, but I just wanted to kind of start somewhere. It's okay, Clutch. I didn't want to spend 2 hours of a stream just trying to locate the robot. I wanted to be fairly successful fairly early on. So, fingers crossed on this one. We'll see where we're getting to now. We should be coming kind of to the top of the cliff now. We were able to make our way up. I'm going to get off Clutch and have another look at our electric lantern. So it turns red in about this direction, and then, again, nothing. That's just like a regular light, but then when I point it in this direction in particular, now it's red. It was red facing west before. Now it's red facing about northeast from my current location. That's because we've moved from inside this building in Coulter kind of around up this mountain. Let's see, up the side here. So my prediction would be that this robot is likely in kind of in this spread around here. We should be closing in on his location. This is a lore thing, I think, more than it is anything else. I wouldn't be expecting any major rewards for finding him. This was not, obviously, a specific task given to us. This was a completely optional thing to do, but we did have a hell of a relationship with Marco Dragic as Arthur. I really respected Marco and looked forward to doing his missions, and what is that?
Whoa, easy.
We'll have to take a second here and look around with our binoculars. No way. I don't know about you guys, but I know what that looks like to me. First thing that caught my eye were these two things across here in the snow. But it looks like they're just some rocks. And then when I turned this way, I could see something in the distance there, and that looks like a robot sitting on a cliff. Looks like we have ourselves a mission successful, I must say myself. If you are using this as a walkthrough to find said robot, or if you're trying to locate the robot in your own game and you want a reference point, he's sitting right on top of this cliff. So Coulter is literally right, kind of parallel to this cliff. There's a cliff face kind of overlooking Coulter to its west, and the robot is right up here. So you can see the footprints of the robot having made his way all the way up here. It's kind of eerie. I don't really know what I'm walking up to. I can't even believe this is a thing. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's turning its head. That's it. That's the automaton that Marko Dragic made. Killed his own master, and now he's sitting on top of this cliff overlooking this, saying Papa. I guess not a whole lot we can do but sit and watch the sun go down with him. Kind of sad. Marko Dragic obviously designed that lantern to be used to be able to find his robot in such circumstances if it got away. And we took his lantern and used it to be able to find the robot. You can see that light on top of his head. It's probably some sort of a transmitter or something. Really a beautiful piece of machinery. Really a good representation of the legacy of Marko Dragic. I do kind of want to get out of here before it gets too dark and I can't find my way off of the mountain. The least we can do is make our way down to Coulter and maybe kill some time down there, and then we can make our way down the mountain and try and find that John Stranger mission. But this is sad. And obviously the robot will probably just fade out over the next couple days or weeks. Suffer a very similar fate to Marko. I wonder how far these tracks, the tracks of the automaton, go down. Like, how far could you have followed these tracks? I want to follow the robot's tracks as far as they lead. So there's been strange automatons in this game. We have heard of whispers of ghosts in the bayou. I tried to investigate that a while back. Never really came up with anything conclusive. I've been told that there's a vampire kind of Easter egg. We've seen examples of cult-like organizations. So really they go to about here. So how the robot got here? A true mystery. But, would have been cool if you could have tracked the robot straight from Marko Dragic's cabin, although that would be one hell of a distance. I'm very satisfied with having gone to go see that robot. I feel like one thing that I have missed out on a little bit is I've heard a lot about this, these really cool kind of Easter eggs, and cool little quirks hidden throughout the game, and I do feel like I haven't hit as many of them as I might have liked, but that was a really cool one, and I am really happy that we went out and did that. I'm going to make roughly this intersection here, just kind of east of the Upper Montana River and north of Beecher's Hope, south of Strawberry, just kind of south of the stable in Strawberry. I'm going to set that as my waypoint for now. We'll head that direction. Supposedly that is where the John Specific Stranger mission is. Oh great. More Stranger missions. Hopefully there won't be any more dead inventors and sad robots. Frankly, I've had enough of both of those things. Thank you very much. I got 1037 on my watch, minus 12. Hasn't dipped down quite as low as I thought it might here at night. What do you think? Shall we do a little night travel, or should we set up camp just outside town here? Let's set up a camp so that we can eat a proper meal. Yes, I'm eating again. We are gonna... I want to be fit. I'm tired of this underweight nonsense. So this is one feature that, as I mentioned earlier, I have definitely underutilized over the course of the game, and that's the ability to set up a camp anywhere, including a tent and fire. That is exactly what we did here. That enables us to do a number of things, including sleep, craft items, and fast travel. I did not know that all of those were options out of setting up a camp, but it is good to know, especially when you're in a situation like this. We're far away from our homestead of Beecher's Hope, so it's not like we can just go home and get some rest. There's not really any towns nearby. We're just outside of Coulter, the abandoned mining town, so setting up a camp is the most ideal option for me. Now I actually should be able to just fast travel back to Beecher's Hope, and then we can figure out what we're doing from there. This kind of keeps me out of the wind a little bit too, especially up here in a colder environment, which probably helps my character maybe not lose so much health. I'm going to leave the tent here so that we can do a little cooking. So there you go. There is the tender pork loin that I bought, so we're going to cook that. Now I feel like I'm playing the game properly. So once you cook the meat, you can stow it, and you can keep that cooked meat. That way, when you're out, you can retrieve that cooked meat at any time it's already cooked and eat it. Setting up these fires is just a good idea to do that, to cook whatever meat that you have on you. One piece of pork loin is good enough for now, considering that I've already eaten. Again, there is different upgraded ammo and whatnot. I've shaved some of my some of the tips, some of the points on my bullets before. You can sit there and shave them to make them split point. You know what I mean if you've seen it or done it in the game before, to alter your ammunition. You can do different crafting and stuff here. Let's see if all the eating we've done in this run so far has helped us. So we've been able to maintain our temperature, which is great. Unfortunately, we are still underweight. Looks like we're going to have to eat some more. Oh, I never ate my chocolate bar. That's something else we can eat. I did say that that was going to be my dessert. So let us get to that. Chocolate bar. Here we go. So I'm actually going to take advantage of having my camp set up here and sleep 5 hours, not really that much, so we're actually going to sleep till noon. We'll still have lots of time and lots of daylight to get off the mountain and go from there. Big thing for me about fast traveling right now is I don't know what happens to the camp, and I don't know what happens to my horse if I fast travel from here. But I guess there's really only one way to find out. I don't want to fast travel back to Beecher's Hope because then I risk accidentally running into the uncle mission that I don't necessarily want to start right at this time. Let's give it a try. Wow, I cannot believe I'm having this epiphany now. I can't believe this is really the first time that I've used these camp features. Man, I feel like I've really missed out now. I've always, for the longest time, talked about setting up camps while I'm out. I mean, it's a very logical thing to do when you're out there in the wild instead of having to go all the way back to a town or to your camp. So by fast traveling, he tears down the camp as if you are leaving the camp anyways, and obviously takes the horse with him, and then obviously a little bit of a scene in between. While I guess it's loading or whatever, and then supposedly we have some unopened parcels. So we should probably go to the post office and see what's going on. I'm not entirely sure what kind of mail I might be receiving, but I guess we're about to find out.
Where did you run off to? Oh.
So I've always, and I've said this before, and I've kind of stuck to my point about it. But I've always said that Strawberry seems larger than Valentine. I think that Valentine has the big auction yard and everything, which I think makes it look a lot bigger. Which is just kind of this section down here, and then this whole southern section of Valentine really extends it with the train station and everything. But now, looking at Strawberry, it is actually smaller than Valentine, quite significantly, and I'm starting to realize that. Maybe I just haven't
mister,
spent enough
have you
time
seen
in
my
Strawberry.
dog? I've been looking everywhere for her. She's been gone for hours. Can you help me find her? Please?
I don't want to block the doorway there. Sorry, my guy. You need help finding your dog?
Sure. I'll keep an eye out.
She's a foxhound. You know, white and brown. If you find her, I live in a house on the edge of town. Thank you, mister.
Well, I guess we just gave ourselves a little mission to do. Before we go to the post office, somewhere around here is a dog.
How are you, mister?
We're gonna want to make sure that we explore kind of everywhere here.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for a dog.
Take a look around and compare.
Return to town to locate the dog. Okay, so I think it's safe to say that the dog is not really on the outskirts of town there. It's really going to be in the inner town.
Hello.
It's a foxhound. Poor kid lost it. I didn't want to disappoint. We are trying to turn John around like we did Arthur. That's a chicken.
I'll find your dog. Don't worry.
Okay, thanks.
That's my boy that lost the dog. And that's my printer going off. Despite being in the opposite corner of the room and being completely turned off, it randomly turns on for no reason.
Greetings, amigo.
Regularly.
All right. You can really play. Hey. Hello. It's a pleasure to hear.
It is. It's awesome.
Hey, fella.
Hello.
This is kind of giving us a chance to explore Strawberry. I feel like the main story, like non-epilogue portions, most of the game with Arthur, kind of steered away from Strawberry. We touched on it a little bit back at the beginning, like breaking Micah out of jail here and causing that whole ruckus here. That was really about the most that we did here, and I guess that was big reason, obviously, being we touch on it again here in the epilogue. Oh, I hear a dog. Oh, I'm hearing a dog. There it is. It's okay, doggy. It's okay, doggy.
Come here, girl. Come on.
It's okay. It's okay. Can I pick it up, or...?
Gonna get you home. Oh, your buddy missed you, girl.
Aww. Hey, puppy. Hi. Hey, doggy. Oh, that's a good boy. All right, come on, doggy. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Just got to get the little pup's trust, and then he'll follow you back. I just praised him a couple times, and then we were able to get him on our side. Getting a dog on your side, not always the hardest thing to do. A bone, hell, piece of kibble will do it most of the time. And in typical Strawberry fashion, it's raining. I'll tell you, the kid will be happy though. I'll help improve my rep in the area a little bit. So Pronghorn Ranch with Mr. Geddes is that way. We are quite familiar with this area now, being a big chunk through the epilogue. That was, of course, a lot of what we did in Epilogue Part 1 was to do with Mr. Geddes. So this is the house
You found her.
where the kid lives. Ah, yes, we did.
Come on. Come here, girl. So good to see you, girl. Oh. Thank you, mister. We ain't never spent a night apart. She's the closest thing to a family I got left.
I'm glad I could help. You take care of her now.
Whoa, I thought he was going to lean in for a kiss there. Good Lord, I had to take a step back.
You keep an eye on her, kid.
I guess being a
I will,
kid,
mister. Thank you.
shouldn't be expecting much in the way of a reward. Next time, make sure to flip me a toonie or something, kid. Anyways. Sometimes just being a good person is all that truly matters. So there you go about our reminder again about unopened mail or parcels. So that's what I'll attend to next.
Hey there, Hector. My name's John. I knew Arthur, Alden's friend. I'm another, discouraged man.
Yes, say no more. I've got something here you might be interested in.
It's Wolves photograph.
Do you want
Arrived
this now,
today.
then? Or no? All right.
You can inspect
Suit
it right
yourself.
here. I think it's safe to say we know who this is from. This is likely a gift from Albert Mason to us. He was, of course, the wildlife photographer for whom we just did a number of stranger missions. We helped him get some crocodile photographs over in the Saint-Denis Bayou. We did a number of wildlife photography-based missions with him, and it looks like he has sent us this photo. I thought maybe he would have written a little something on the back for us. That's a cool little memento, a cool little keepsake to hold on to. John introduced himself to the station clerk, Hector, like that, obviously because playing the game as Arthur, we learned that a number of station clerks at post offices across the map, if you pay them a tip, if you pay them a little money, slip them a little money on the side, they will give you information, tips about potential coach robberies or potentially other robberies. So I know Alden is the station clerk at the post office in Rhodes. That's where we first started to get tips for that sort of a thing. That led into the main story where we had to get a tip for something back when we were dealing with the Greys and the Braithwaites. That was probably, chapter 3, chapter 4 Nonetheless, it was a long time ago, but you can still do that. You can do coach robbery jobs where you get a tip for a potential coach robbery, and then you can do what you want with that tip, take advantage of it or not. I think it's only $2 for a tip, so it's a good way to, again, kind of do some jobs on the side. That is something that I have not dabbled with a whole lot. I'm actually gonna jot that down here because that is something that might be all right to try and feature in one of our upcoming streams. I really dislike ants. Reminds me of Ants in Your Pants, that old children's TV show. Anyways, so now, again, we are trying to locate this John Marston Stranger mission. I'll keep those coach robberies in mind. We'll be back, Hector. We'll be back for sure. Obviously, I'm not going to ride all the way to Alden and Rhodes for any of those coach robbery tips. But that must be what this icon on the map is. I was wondering why this wheel was over top of. That's why you can't see the post office icon. So that's stagecoach information. That's where you can get tips about stagecoach robberies. Yeah, I'd be interested to just try one of them out because I think besides the few stagecoach robberies that we did with the main story, we haven't really done a lot of the optional ones. And I really dug the bounty posters, so I feel like I might get a kick out of doing some of those coach robberies as well. So I've jotted that down as an idea for a future stream for sure. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty here, no doubt about it. I think we are rapidly approaching the end now, but we still have a few things that we can dabble with. This John exclusive Stranger mission is one, and now we can look into maybe doing some of those coach robberies, especially now that I don't have the bounty posters to make money. They are no longer available. I've completed all the bounty posters, so now we gotta try and find another source of illicit income. Not that doing the bounties was an illegal way to get money. This is more of an illegal way to get money, but catch my drift. I'm not seeing the John exclusive Stranger mission. Supposed to be by the river. I think it was northwest of Beatrice Hope. That's Beatrice Hope. So I guess we'll just kind of come to the river, and then once we get to the river, just kind of follow the river along and see if we can't locate this thing. Turkey. If not, we'll make sure to start our next stream off that way. And then maybe go into some main story outside of that as well. I don't think we'll be able to do that Uncle mission here in this one. So that was the river. So let's...
Whoa there. You're fine, boy.
There was reference specifically to this river, so that's why I want to try and keep a close eye on the river. I don't know if it's maybe possible that I did this stranger mission before. I'll have to try and maybe do a little bit of research on it to try and find the more precise location of it. Follow the river down a little further. It's not a particularly deep river, so I can almost use Clutch as a boat. Whoa, Nelly. I got nothing. There is a fire over here. We have some folks.
Is that all?
This is my campsite. Get lost.
Really? I'm gonna come to your campsite and you're gonna get all hostile like that? Jesus!
You're fine, boy.
Holy Christ! Overprotective prick. Yeah, I don't know. The only other thing that I could do is try and make a quick ride up here to Pronghorn Ranch, because the first time I was told about it, it was Pronghorn Ranch was mentioned, and then the second time was Beecher's Hope. So let me travel back in this direction, back towards the guy shooting at me.
Ain't we? Shit!
And we'll try and get, because there's a river just north of Pronghorn as well, so we can check that out. Like I said, if not, we'll just start our next stream off with that. We were able to see out the Marko Dragic stuff, and also I've been really happy with what we've done in the upkeep with John, really focusing on kind of just bettering our survival with John and our horse. We made a big push in the right direction here in this video, which is good. I wanted to try and do this stranger mission, but might not be able to do it here. So that would mean we would have the stranger mission and the uncle mission on tap for part 84. I wanted to talk a little bit about Armadillo as well, because there's definitely been a little bit of mystery surrounding Armadillo. Armadillo is a place that I'm certainly excited to explore after being a staple from the original Red Dead Redemption. We've heard some negative things surrounding Armadillo. I remember reading in the paper about illness that is kind of spreading rampantly across the region. So that kind of makes it an undesirable place to attend for sure. And then also James Langton, who was an outlaw that Sadie was tracking down, was bounty hunting. We watched him leaving Armadillo when we went to help her catch him, and the fact that, you know, him being such a high profile criminal, And associating himself like that with Armadillo makes Armadillo seem like not such a great place to be as well. So there's just a lot of mystery surrounding Armadillo right now. Still, that's another thing that we have to kind of do on the side. Just kind of explore New Austin. I do want to take a second to kind of delve into that area too and just kind of get to know it a little bit better. Written that down too as something else that we can do going forward. I could have probably set up camp and then just quickly fast traveled to Pronghorn Ranch and then kind of gone from there, but that's okay. Another night out riding. See, the thing is too, a lot of times I'll sleep for 11 hours and then I'll get up and see, since I've gotten up, I haven't eaten again. And you really do need to set up a camp and eat. I'll set up a camp before I save if we can't find this stranger mission and do all that upkeep one more time. So that is Pronghorn Ranch, all those buildings that we just passed by there on the right-hand side. We're kind of staying on the perimeter. I don't know if we're not able to find it here, if you can. If anyone can help out with a more precise location. Definitely let me know in the comments down below. There's a part of the map here that I really haven't explored. This avenue up here, so it could definitely be hiding up this way. Being up by Pronghorn Ranch, it would make sense to be a John exclusive stranger mission. This is something shack. Stilt Shack? Something like that. Looks like it might be a hunting shack or something like that. Whoa.
Hey, hey, easy.
Not a whole lot else up this way. The wilderness. I got 2:37 a.m., so it's kind of late. Still no sign of this stranger mission. Weird. Not sure what this area is out here for. Whoa. No, you don't. This stream basically goes up this way. and ends right here. There's something up this way. This is a little building. Oh my god. That civilian just sent their dogs at me. This is not gonna be good. Just trying to protect myself. I noticed that there was a cabin here. This must be, there was a cabin that was always supposed to be like northwest. There you go, an old lady who lives alone north of Strawberry is rumored to be sitting on some valuables. This could very well be the place. I've had this in my log for a long time. I've never been able to find the damn place. Whoa. I think I got the fatal shot. It says private property. He wrote, got attacked by a horrible woman in the woods. Yeah, no kidding. This has been the stream of random things. Lost dogs, you name it. This is what he wrote about the mechanical robot. Found the mechanical creature on top of a hill. Whole thing real strange. Yeah, no kidding. This countryside is full of some of the worst scum and maniacs I've ever come across. Guess we fit right in. Went to buy lumber to build a new house, got jumped by some local gang everyone is terrified by. A hand Charles had hired got himself killed. Wonder if these bastards will bring trouble. And how much. That's a good story recap from the last little bit of the story that we covered. And that's from the last time that we saw Albert. Well, this is another kind of random thing to come across up this way. There's the dead woman. Not a whole lot we can identify from her, but I'm going to check out her homestead here and see if we can't find anything of value inside. She's called Hermit Woman. Torn treasure map. We have come across treasure maps before, and I am the worst person to try to find them. So that's her house. And what? The one is supposed to represent where the treasure is? You can see the little hermit woman drawn on the map here with her dog, living in a little shack. Okay, so that would put it like here, no? Interesting that she has a treasure map. That's another thing that we could look at exploring. I have another treasure map. Let me reopen the map again. It might be better light here. Threatened daily, whole world seems me. I have for many years and numerous crimes, am innocent fellows, not a liar among them, riding with me, betrayal, and am looking over my, I am hiding these, able to prove my, will be living with, and the Tanton brothers, loyal friends I have left. It's Miller. That's the other side of the treasure map, which is obviously torn in half. I've always been so bad at these. I don't know if someone else can help me decipher this a little bit, but this is torn treasure map 1. So I don't know if there's another piece of the map that I can find, but that could be something worth looking into for sure. These are good. These are all consumables, things that we can eat and whatnot. She's dead now. I get it. She was just trying to defend her land. She sent her dogs out after me, but I really can't be threatened like that. And frankly, I was just curious what the hell would be inside this cabin. And let me tell you, I don't think she was going to let me kindly take a look. So it's daytime now, and being the night owl that I am now going to try and get some sleep somewhere. The treasure map has to be relevant to this area. Here's treasure maps, a collection of treasure maps. These are all the treasure maps that I've found so far. So, Chick's treasure map. I feel like we found that treasure a while ago. I definitely remember actively searching for that treasure. No, don't reopen the map. Gosh darn it. The Jack Hall Gang map 1. Obviously there's probably more. They're very difficult, in my opinion, to decipher. This one was actually supposedly just outside of Valentine. Anyways, I might look into a couple of these. Might be worth tackling. We could see kind of what we get out of it, I guess. We have a couple treasure maps. I'll try and do a little bit of research, see if we can't find out a little bit more about that. Jeez. All her dead pet dogs. Yikes, this is dark. I don't want to set up camp here. I'm gonna go just a little bit closer to the cabin here. I don't want the ghosts of the dead dogs haunting me. Alright, we're gonna get camp up and running here again. This time we're going to have the prime beef joint. As I said, trying to stay better fed. I'm gonna have some canned peas again. We'll do some crackers. And canned peaches as a snack. Yes, I'm gonna feed my horse too. You best believe it.
Hungry feller. Good boy. There, boy. How about that, fella?
Gonna get another short little nap in here too before we call it quits. So, okay, going forward, didn't get everything done per se that I wanted to get done as a part of this stream, but I definitely have some ideas. Figures it's pouring rain once again. We'll tear down camp here. So I'm fed and I've slept going into the next stream, part 84, which is going to be a bit of an advantage for sure. Good Lord, stand up for Christ's sakes. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm going to try and find out what the situation is with this John exclusive stranger mission so that we can kind of tackle that right off the bat. It's something that I wanted to do. And for the sake of keeping the pace of things going, we'll try and get that Uncle mission underway. But we were able to discover a few side things here that we can try and do along the way to keep things fresh. In general, we have the whole state of New Austin that we can explore now that's really open to us without being wanted dead or alive. So we should take this opportunity as John to try and go out and open up that area of the map around New Austin and see if we can't find anything interesting. A lot of areas of the map have lots of interesting and cool things to find around, so we can definitely do a little bit of exploration in that way. I want to try and seek out at least one of the coach robbery tips from the post office. We can go to Strawberry to try and get that done, and then maybe I can do a little bit of research on the treasure maps, and we can look into that as an option to do some stuff going forward. That's what I have in mind for the next couple of streams. Definitely part 84 is not going to feature all of this stuff. I definitely want to do the stranger mission and the uncle mission just to kind of keep the pace of things going here, but we have some ideas for some fresh content going forward. I will try and find out a little bit more. I'll cheat a little bit again so we can make our lives a little bit easier. I'll do a little bit of research, find out the best way to approach some of these tasks. And we will go from there. Make sure to like and subscribe as I know you always do, and I will see you on the other side.